Hello everyone, this is Carol from Practical Mystic. It's been a while since I did a video, and that's exactly what I want to talk about. I did a video about 2 weeks ago entitled Your Belief System and Reading Tarot Cards. Today, I want to share with you my thoughts on which card from the major arcana relates and connects in interesting ways to our belief systems. I'll be using numerology and astrology to also help explain the interconnection, of course, that being related to tarot cards as well. So, of the major 22 cards, as you can see there on your screen, I feel the Hierophant represents our belief system, the law of society. Now, he's ruled by the sun sign Taurus. That is a fixed sign indicating stability as well, and structure and foundation, which our belief system has. He is also a spiritual teacher. Now, that could be conventional or non-conventional teachings, but to go a little further, he really represents a set of values, a philosophy, obedience, and loyalty to a set of rules or laws. And his teachings are suitable for the masses. Now, the Hierophant really is also dependent upon the family, the flock, the tribe, the community, and all of its following. It is also the duality of right and wrong, good and bad, which is the polar opposites. Again, our belief system is based on duality. Now, number 5 is the halfway point between 1 and 10, and it is said to be the number of man, which is related by man's 5 senses and is represented by the pentagram or the 5-pointed star, which I bring to you as a representative as the Ace of Pentacles, which is earth, which is the 4 elements, which is our foundation. So the pentagram is the 5-pointed star. It is related to number 5, which is Mercury, also the number 5 of the card Hierophant. Mercury is the planet of communication, reason, and intellect. Let's go back to Taurus, the sun, the sign representing the Hierophant. It is an earth sign, and it is ruled by the planet Venus. Now, she represents affection, social urges, and a sense of value. The anatomy ruled by the sign Taurus, is the throat. Anybody who does astrology knows that each sign relates to a part of the body. Now, here in the Hierophant, we see that the throat, Taurus, also the neck, also the ears, look at this, and also the vocal cords, and of course the thyroid gland, all relate to the sign Taurus. And the color blue, which is the only color on the whole card, blue, represents the unconscious and the female aspect, bringing us back to the planet Venus. So the Hierophant represents man in his divine as well as his human aspects. And it is through the Hierophant that we learn to blend the spiritual and the practical. Now, focus on the W here on the top of his crown. It is the Hebrew, it stands for the Hebrew letter Va, V-A-U, which means nail or link. Here, it is the union of man, number 5, to God through the inner voice, the superconscious or unconscious. And the letter W is the 14th letter of the alphabet, which now relates us to card number 14, Temperance, and of course 1 and 4 equals 5. All right, now bear with me. Okay, going back to my video, most of you have probably heard of cellular biologist Bruce Lipton. Of course, I mentioned him in the video. I just want to reiterate that if you want to know a little bit more about it. And he is noted for his work called Biology of Belief. And I also have another one of his tapes I wanted to share with you today. It is The Wisdom of Your Cells, How Your Beliefs Control Your Biology. Excellent. Really like his work. But anyway, going back, he believes that our conditioning, our belief system, is downloaded by the age of 7. But he states that we are not working the program, the download, our automatic pilot, when we fall in love with that one person that we have desired, that we are taken over, enamored by. That person, when we fall in love, he believes we are not on automatic pilot. So, why? Well, we are in acute mindful state. We are in the present state. We're looking at that other person, their eyes, we are on our best behavior. Number 2, we are mostly in the present moment and concentrating so much on what that person is saying, if there's indication that they're reciprocal of our affections for them as well as them for us, and that we are not using our conscious mind to think or to go into that automatic programming that he says is 75% probably working towards our detriment. All right, so when we're not on that program, we're in a state of utopia. Now, what's really interesting is I thought, wow, okay, when we are in love, how interesting that the next card following the Hierophant is the Lovers. Yes, I thought, okay, here is a connection. Let me run with that. Well, card number 6 is ruled by the sign of Gemini, which is the planet Mercury that it resides over. Gemini is a double-bodied sign and represents the male and female aspects within us. Of course, that's the relationship we see here in the Lovers card, and the relationships of the conscious and unconscious mind. Also, the card reminds us to kind of take a look at ourselves. Okay, let's do a little self-evaluation, become aware of who we are and the choices we make. Not just on the surface, but a deeper look into our motivations, our feelings, and attitudes, which all have a bearing on our belief system and, of course, what we are committed to. The number 6 is also a dual number, just like the sun sign Gemini. And in numerology, it has to do with marriage, family, and interlacing link or connection. Of course, we know that when man and woman get together, there is the linking of the body, heart, and mind, creating a new entity. On a mundane level, the number 6 is about choices. On a higher level, it means cooperation between the conscious and unconscious mind. All right, now let's look at how they are connected a little bit further. The Lovers is ruled, as I said earlier, by the sign Gemini. Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, which brings us back to the Hierophant, number 5. It's also important to know that Gemini and number 5, Mercury, are related to the air elements, which relates to the mind, thought, reasoning, thinking, and processing. Also, Archangel Raphael is the angel of air, persifying the superconscious. Here's our triangle: conscious, unconscious, superconscious. All right, there it is, right there. So the mind has a choice, which is sometimes called the Lover's card, choices. We stay rooted. We have a choice. We can stay rooted in the conventional or aspire to something greater, a greater, higher awareness of ourselves, who we are, what we're committed to, our belief system. And it represents the choices to both man and female alike in the Lover's card. Okay. How do we do all this? Well, we go back to Temperance, card number 14. 1 and 4 is 5, but this time we have refinement. We're looking to combine the opposites for a greater outcome. Of course, we're speaking of the conscious and the subconscious mind. We now have become aware that change needs to be made. We have that in the Magician. Stay with me. I know you might have to look at this video a couple times, okay? The power of this change, of this blending, of this refinement of our conscious and unconscious mind from our belief system comes from the Magician card number 1.